What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and today I'm doing a video I've been wanting to do for a while. It involves 10 of the most popular waterproof cases on the market right now. We're going to be going to the extremes, testing these waterproof cases above and beyond what the manufacturers recommend. So most of these are IP68 waterproof resistant. So that pretty much means it can go to 6.6 feet at about 10 to 30 minutes. Now we're going to be doing triple that at least, as deep as we can get. We're at a really big waterfall location, really deep water here. So I just want to test these cases and see which one will survive above and beyond what the manufacturer recommends. Now I know a lot of people trust their phones to waterproof cases, and there are so many out there. So I took 10 of the most popular ones, and today we're going to be doing the real test and seeing if these guys can survive in rugged, most extreme conditions. Now some famous cases in here: LifeProof, Best Mate, Wetsuit. So these are really expensive, really spendy cases. I want to see if they're worth the money and which one is the best, or there's several bests, which one would fail under extreme conditions. All right, so most of these cases, they are, not rated very deep, at most 6.6 feet. And we've got everything from really expensive to least expensive. And we're going to be doing as deep as we can get. Really, at this point in time, I don't know how deep these waterfalls go. So I'm hoping for at least 20, 30 feet. Hopefully we can get up to 50, and we're gonna spend double the time recommended. So 20 minutes for each case in there. I've got a rope, and we've got this thing measured at 10 feet increments. So here's the 40, 50, 30, 20, and 10 feet increments. And here, we're gonna be placing our iPhones into this bucket. To see if the moisture really did get in the cases, we're gonna be using a little piece of napkin. That way we'll be able to see, because it usually can be pretty difficult to see if any moisture has gotten in. Here's the setup, and I'm ready to do this. This is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and it's really exciting to get the opportunity to do this. I've got a whole stack of iPhones right here. We're gonna go ahead and boot all these guys up, get these guys ready to go take a bath. All right, so here we got the Dog and Bone Wetsuit, 6.6 feet. Which is not much at all, and it's supposed to be under there for about 10 minutes. It looks really fancy. Pretty complex case, I gotta give them that. All right, one in gold iPhone going in. It's like I'm putting a wetsuit, an actual wetsuit on. It's so sticky. 21 steps to put on. Clamp this guy together. So we're just gonna put this guy in here, make sure it's not been compromised by the water. So this is my only worry about this case. This stuff is a little flimsy down here, and I'm trying to get it in as far as I can. Okay, there's one. We're gonna do 4 at a time because we're running out of daylight. So next up, here's a WildTech Repel, completely submersible up to 2 meters, 6.6 feet. So this is a pretty straightforward case to put on. Yeah, we don't need any of this. This one's actually a lot easier to set up than the other one. 3, we got a GhostTech Atomic here, up to 1 meter. 10 minutes. So this thing isn't even rated as well, but it's got an aluminum frame, looks really nice. Just doesn't look very, very durable, but this guy goes in here. So here we've got LifeProof Nude. This is one without an actual glass on the top. It's just your screen right in there. Wow, this is probably my favorite looking one so far. So we got all of these ready to go. Let's go ahead and toss these guys in the bin, and let's go dump them at 20 feet. See if they survive for 20 minutes. This is 3 times the recommended depth, and we're gonna be doing twice the recommended time exposure to keep it in there. First 4, here we go. I'm gonna put them standing. So these guys are ready to go. Close this guy up. Here we go. So let's let this guy sit here for a little bit, soak in, see what happens to these 4 cases. All right, so 20 minutes is up. This is double the time they're supposed to spend down there and triple the depth. So let's see which phones have survived. Oh, all right, I see moisture in this one. There's a lot of water too. This was obviously the weakest spec'd one. GhostTech completely flooded with water. So GhostTech certainly didn't meet the cut, but the iPhone is still working. I guess didn't have enough time to completely get in there. Home button is acting funny, that's what's going on. Oh, that's not a very good sign. WildTech, nope. Soaked completely, and no sign of power. WildTech didn't meet the cut. Dog and Bone Wetsuit. Let's dry this out exterior wise first, and start prying this one apart. So the iPhone is alive, I can already tell. So, oh wow, this is dry. So this is a very thick one actually. The phone on the front was wet obviously because this isn't a coating, it's just directly on the display. But this phone does work perfectly fine. This is dry, so this is one winner so far. So that's a survivor. And we got our LifeProof Nude. Nope. Moisture inside, not a good sign. So a lot of moisture, but did it survive? Yes, it did. Doesn't seem to be erratic or anything. So although water did get in, these are two survivors. So these are semi-survivors. This one doesn't turn on at all, completely dead. These two have moisture. This one, home button is tripping. Overall, this one doesn't show any sign of wear, anything different, but it is wet. All right, so we got Cydio Obex. This is IP68, 30 minutes at 6.6 feet. So we're gonna triple that with this guy. So test your phone, yeah. Ready and good to go. So this is a Bestmate waterproof. This is up to 2 meters and IP68, cool. So most of these do have the same specifications. It's only some of them that they can only be in 1 meter, but most can be in 2. So we're gonna put a piece of that in there. This seems like a pretty tough one. Not too difficult to put on, compatible with Touch ID, nice. So we got a Catalyst waterproof here, 16.4 feet. So let's see if the specs back this one up, if it's a more durable case. All right, whatever language this is. Oh man, oops, almost missed that. So there we go. This is pretty much your regular pouch. These are very, very popular, very cheap, $10. Really interesting clamp on this one. And your phone is perfectly workable. So this is the LifeProof regular series FRE. So this case is a trooper. I've always trusted the LifeProof series, and there's no reason for that trust to stop. For the last one, Eon Fine waterproof. This is suspiciously similar to a LifeProof design-wise. So all of these are working, and in here as well. And those are the non-survivors so far. In they go. They almost fit perfectly. And this guy in the middle. So this is the cheapest case of all, but it's rated at 100 feet. So I have no concerns for that guy at all. 20 feet. Let's go ahead and let it soak for a good 20 minutes and see out of these 6, which are the remaining survivors. So let's see who the lucky survivors are. I'm rooting for that really cheap case, the pouch. Actually, no moisture. You know, I was expecting this one to do good. Phone works. So that is a survivor, definite survivor. Let's join the ranks of the wetsuit over here. I see no moisture inside. The Bestmate, it is still working. That's after a 20-minute dunk. Wow, no moisture. That is great. That's 20 minutes at 20 feet, working perfectly. So that's another survivor for the Bestmate. Up next, so I'm not sure if that's moisture inside. Oh, there it is. It is moisture. But this thing is not wet, but I definitely see water inside of here. The whole bottom of the phone is soaked. I don't know, this is a close call. This isn't wet, but the water did get in from the bottom over here. So that's gonna add to the lose pile over here. All right, so this is the ripoff of the LifeProof. This is why you buy LifeProof. It's entirely soaked inside. So most of these phones, even though they're wet, they still work. But look, there's a lot of artifacts on the screen, on the top, on the bottom here. So the screen is actually fading out. Touch panel still works. Man, the screen is freaking out. Definitely a lose right here. So here is the Cydio Obex. Dry inside, cool. This is definitely a survivor. Working perfectly, no moisture inside whatsoever. This is definitely gonna join the ranks of the winning pile. Good job there, Cydio. Lastly, wow, LifeProof FRE. Oh, there's a lot of water coming out. Soaked completely. Oh my gosh. So it is still working, but it was soaked. Losing pile right there. Over here, we have the 4 survivors. These are the 4 cases you're gonna wanna buy if you want your phone to withstand extreme conditions in the water. Now over here, these are the 6 cases that you cannot trust your phones to. They will not survive very well. This one, oh man, screen is going completely crazy. One of the phones won't turn on, but most of them do work. They just work very erratically. So this one, the home button is screwed up. Pretty much these guys aren't gonna fare as well. Although granted, we did push them past their boundaries, past what the manufacturers recommended. And you know, this is what you get when you do that. And these are the cases that did well. So you can trust these manufacturers. They did a superb job. I was very impressed with these. So let's take these surviving phones, surviving cases, and do some extreme stunts with them. See what else these cases can go through without leaking. So I'm gonna put the same fabric into all of them once again, seal them tight, and see what else they can take and which one will survive till the very end.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
So this is the final overview. That was some nerve-wracking climbing back up. So LifeProof nude. This part back here was completely dry, but I could see a diagonal streak on the display. So that tells me water did get inside. Doesn't really count. This guy, I hope that answers your question right there. There's a lot of water in there. Phone is dead. Doesn't do very good when subjected to shock. So Jodo, a clear, loose. So this is Cydio. I don't know, let's dry this off. So not only is this thing working, it was completely bone dry inside. This case continues to surprise me. That's the Cydio Obex. So this thing did very well. Probably the best one out of all of them so far. And this is the dog and bone wetsuit. Pull this wetsuit out. So there's moisture, not a good sign. Inside it's semi-dry, but it is a little wet. Phone works. This is gonna take second place since there was no damage to the phone, even though it was slightly wet. So guys, here are the 4 final phones. So this is the clear winner right here. The Cydio Obex, out of all of them, performed better in shock, depth, in every aspect of this test. This guy was the clear winner. So I just want to let you guys know again, I'm not being promoted. I'm just trying to help you guys find a good waterproof case for your phone. I could also recommend Dog and Bone. Although some moisture did get in when subjected to shock, this thing is a very well-built case. It's got no glass, no front protector, yet it does very good. That's second place right here. And third place, Lifeproof Nude. This outperformed the FRE series, surprisingly. And lastly, this guy did well until subjected to shock. The phone will no longer turn on. There was a lot of water inside, even though it was still sealed. You cannot go wrong with these cases, guys. So thanks for watching this video. Be sure to check out more of my videos, and I'll have many more great videos to come. Please like if you did like this video. It was not the easiest or cheapest video to make, but again, I appreciate making these kind of videos. It really is interesting to see which case is the most durable. Subscribe if you haven't already for more great content, and have a great day. Enjoy your waterproof case if you do choose to get one. Peace.